Looks great. All right. Thanks, Jeff. I'm joined now by Bobbie Zenker, Montana attorney and author. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Bobbie.
You're welcome.
We're here to talk about your memoir, which came out in January, called Transmontana, a memoir, transformation in body, mind, and spirit. Now, you were born as a man, but in 2007 underwent gender reassignment surgery.
Yes.
And now live your life as a woman. And
Yes.
I understand this book details, well, your whole life, not just that process.
Yes.
So what led you to putting everything down on paper?
Well, several people had said, what a story, you should tell it. And so I did feel compelled to do that, but you know, there's this part of you that wants to be known, so and get the story out there, and so I looked for my voice and discovered it.
Now, at what point in your life did you feel like you were not being true to yourself?
Well, I think it's always sort of a niggling, you know, disturbance or something that tells you there's something wrong with you, you don't fit, it doesn't feel right, and it bothers you. And it's always there.
Now, changing gender is obviously not an easy transition. It can take several months or years for some people. How has it been for you, that process?
It was a hard process, certainly, and there's a lot to learn. It's a steep learning curve, and but it was a good process and filled with discoveries and joys along the way. So I'd recommend it to anyone.
Well, we actually have video from 2004 when you were Robert Zenker, former Madison County attorney. If we can roll that video. That's you on the left there, speaking at a trial, like I said, from 2004. What do you feel or think when you see that? You were the one, I just wanted to point out, that said it was okay to use this, pointed it out to us. This is file footage from one of our reporters interviewing you. What do you think when you see that?
It feels different. It's certainly, obviously, but sometimes I think, well, who is that person?
It almost doesn't, you don't recognize that person?
I do, but it just doesn't feel like, it certainly doesn't feel like me today.
Do you feel, you must feel lighter, happier?
Yes, yes, certainly.
Now, you are going to be speaking as part of Montana Pride's celebration, of course, a statewide celebration happening right here in Bozeman this weekend. You're going to be speaking and doing a reading from your book coming up on Saturday. Where can we find that and when is it happening?
Well, it'll be about 4 o'clock at the alumni room in the sub on campus.
Okay. Now, you are currently Montana's first and only transgender attorney.
Yes.
Was it difficult to find employment or to regain your employment in the legal world after having your surgery?
More difficult than I would have thought. It took a 2-year process, sending out hundreds of applications and resumes, and I hadn't expected that. I had expected a smooth transition and sort of, you know, walking back at the same level of work and pay, and that just didn't happen. It took a while.
Sure. Montana, obviously seen often as a conservative state. How was it for you living as a transgendered person in the Big Sky country?
Well, I love Montana, and I haven't had any, problems with confrontation or anything of that nature. I really haven't had those kinds of difficulties. I've enjoyed many good relationships with many friends in Montana, and I expect to continue.
Do you feel like there's a growing awareness of transgender issues and acceptance in Montana?
I think there's a small but growing awareness, as you said, and I'm hopeful that the book will help to advance that sort of trend toward recognizing the humanity in each of us.
Okay. Again, Bobbie Zenker, her book is called Transmontana, a memoir of her gender reassignment surgery and many, many years before that and up to now. You're going to be doing a reading again on Saturday. It's going to be at the alumni room in the sub at 4 p.m. as part of the Montana Pride celebration coming up this weekend. Bobbie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Beth.
We're going to be back with more right after this.